Hi everybody, welcome to Shelley's Everyday Prepping Adventures. A little more information for you that I picked up this morning. I went and had coffee with my daughter before she went to work. She works for the local school board as well. My husband and her both work for them. She works in transportation. She's a bus driver trainer. So I got to talking to her a little bit about the diesel problem because these buses run on diesel. I asked her, what in the world is going to happen when the diesel gets so expensive and, what's going to happen? She said, honestly, Mom, we're going to be screwed. It's bad. She said the government is pushing us towards electric buses. She said they will not work. They will not work, especially if you're on if you have hills or anything like that. The buses, it just doesn't work. She also told me that a lot of contractors are starting to put on propane buses, a couple here and there, but they do not have enough propane buses to get all the kids they need to school if they can't get the diesel. And she said, back to the electric buses, she said now they work for flat places, flat areas, but she said when you have hills, and here where we live, it's hilly. It's, not mountainous, but it's hilly, and we've got some pretty good hills that these buses have to pull themselves up with a load of children. I know because I used to drive a bus before. Let me go back. We milked cows until 2012, sold the cows. I went into a depression for 6 months, got up one day and said, this is enough. Let's go. And I started driving a school bus. I got my CDL. I drove a school bus for about 4 years while I built my dog grooming business. So I understand the bus driving aspect. That's how my daughter got into it. I got her in as a bus driver, and then she moved up to a trainer. And she's happy with her job, but it's quite overwhelming. It's hard to keep bus drivers. It's because these days the kids rule. Everything they say is the God's honest truth, and bus drivers get in trouble for stuff that they shouldn't get in trouble for. They did start putting cameras in the buses, and that's a two-edged sword as well. But anyway, I digress. Let's go on. So most of the buses in our county are diesel. Most of the buses in the state of Maryland are diesel. They are moving towards propane. Propane is expensive as well. We all know that. Oh, look, I want to show you real quick. Can you see my peacock? Can you see my peacock, buddy? Hi, buddy. Okay, so anyway, sorry, little sidetracked. Let me see if I can get him in here again for you. But so as I was saying, well, there he goes. He's not happy with me getting too close. All right, so where was I? I was at the propane. Yes. So they have the propane buses, but they don't have very many of them right now. They're expensive to get. They're on back order. It's crazy. So, like I said, the government, she told me, was really pushing them for electric buses, which are just not going to work for the applications that that we need. So, I thought I'd touch on the proposed diesel fuel shortage. I learned that apparently the reason we're going to have a diesel fuel shortage is they're sending our diesel to Europe. Not sure how true that is. You can fact check that. But that's what I heard. So anyway, then my husband, he works in heating and air conditioning in the school system. And he was talking to one of the guys that works on the boilers. And they said at the current rate, here's our corn planter, at the current rate of the fuel, it will cost for one school. Now it depends on the size of the school. One school, $40,000 to $60,000 a month to heat. You tell me how the state is going to afford that. I don't have any answers for that. That's a lot of money. 40 to 60,000 per school. We have 32 schools in our county. So do the math. That's horrendous. I don't know. So just another, data point for you. I going to show you the corn planter, which I already did. This is our corn planter. My dad, he does a lot of repairs on it himself. He keeps it going. He had something broke on it. I forget what he told me. But anyway, whatever it was, it broke. It was an arm or something. Whatever it was that broke, it would turn sideways when he tried to plant, and that row wouldn't plant. So he went to the local tractor John Deere dealer, and they said, oh, sorry, we can't get that. So farmers are by nature really good at improvising and really good at doing what they need to do to get stuff done. So he wasn't going to take that for an answer. So he goes to, there's a local shop about 20 minutes from our house that does welding. And he went to them and he said, this is what I need. And they made it for him. So that worked out. But this is the problems that they're facing. If you're not creative, if you're not innovative, if you're not determined, you're not going to get through this. The determination of the American farmer is overwhelmingly, it's just overwhelmingly wonderful. They are so determined. I mean, my father's 75, but he looks like he's 45. He's in great shape. He loves what he does with a passion. And he's, like I said, he's very creative in how he can handle and deal with stuff, which is really good. Because if not, we wouldn't be here today. So he needed another part for something else. I don't remember exactly what it was. Again, I'm sorry. But my point here, the part used to be $100. Now it's $459. So you do the math on that. What is the percentage that this went up? Crazy. It's a cloudy day today. It's a damp. I think we're supposed to get rain all weekend. I had wanted to get in my garden, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen again. So I did take I took the day off because for the past 2 weeks I have been working from 7 to 7 every day to get some bills paid. So I was exhausted and I scheduled this day off. So I took the day off. I wanted to make a video and update everybody. I wanted to try to relax a little bit. I did go to Walmart already this morning and I checked out the baby formula, which is non-existent. And in case you haven't heard, the baby formula is being shipped to the border and to Ukraine. So our babies have to go without formula to feed illegals that shouldn't be coming here in the first place. They should be coming legally. I have no problem with legal migration. I have a problem with people flooding our borders that just don't belong here. They don't belong here. Don't flood our borders. It's an invasion. That's how I see it. It's a freaking invasion. They are invading my beloved country. I have been a patriot my entire life, and this is outrageous. Sorry, I get angry. And so they're sending, I think there was a senator, and maybe it wasn't a senator, maybe it was somebody who works in a Senate office, or she put out a video, and the video was pictures of places with no formula here in the United States, and then there were pictures of pallets of it sitting at the border for the illegals coming across. Not only are they sending it there, but they're sending it to Ukraine. This is not a time to be sending our assets away. This is not it. This is not the time. It's not the time to ship our diesel to Europe. It's not the time to ship our baby formula to anywhere. This is a time to take care of us first. If we don't take care of our country, we cannot help anyone else. And that's what I've always told my daughter. I've told everyone, take care of yourself first. Then you're able to help others. But I don't think that's the idea. I think the idea is to drive us into, welcome to Venezuela. Yes, I think that's the idea, but I don't know that to be sure. Well, maybe I do. Who knows? Got to be careful what you say on this platform. So anyway, I wanted to show you my chickens are down here. I have chickens, we have ducks, we have goats, and we have one sheep. We have a sheep because somebody gave us a goat and he had a sheep and he wanted to get rid of both of them, so we ended up with a sheep. That's okay. But yeah, we have ducks, we have chickens, we have sheep, we have goats, and the feed for them is absolutely gone crazy. It's insane, the price that you have to pay. So what we've done is we bought a grinder for the corn, and we're getting, when the corn is harvested, we did this last year, when the corn's harvested, sometimes they miss some ears, a lot of ears actually, more than you want to know. And we go and we pick it up, and then we run it through the grinder and we feed it to our chickens. So here's a tip. If you have a farmer in your area and you have chickens, all you have to do is buy a grinder. Ask them if they're okay. You got to ask permission. If they're okay with you after their harvest has been taken in, if you can go out and pick up, what's left on the field. Because if you don't pick it up and use it for your chickens, the wild geese will eat it, which is whatever, they got to eat too. But this will help you out. Pick up the corn. It's a little work. Run it through a grinder. My sister bought the grinder. It's electric. She bought it through Amazon, and we just grind it up. So that'll help. And like I said, if you have local farmers, make friends with your local farmers. They're going to help you get through this. We live in an area, of course, we're farmers, but we also live in an area where there are a lot of Amish. So we get a lot of stuff from them if we need it. Last year, my beans didn't do real well, so we went and we bought bushels of beans and canned their beans. There always needs to be a backup for your backup. Always, always, always have options. Have options. When you don't have options, you have a problem. So our options are we grow our own, we stock up canned goods, and we purchase from the Amish. Make friends with your local farmer. I'm telling you, it'll be one of the best things you ever did. Again, like I said, if you have chickens and you can't afford the feed, you can pick up the corn and grind it. And as long as you ask permission, and most farmers won't have a problem with it. So just ask. Okay, guys, I hope that wasn't more information than you needed today. I enjoy getting on here and sharing. I enjoy the comments. As you know, I do work full time, and I'm, prepping, and I'm a very, very, very busy person. So I try to get back to everybody as quickly as I can. And I wanted to let Sherry, Open Carry Sherry, I'd like to let you know that I could never get that hamburger canning video to load onto YouTube. I don't know why, but I am going to do another one, and it'll be out there for you. Maybe I'll do it this weekend. We'll see. Like I said, it's going to be rainy and nasty, so what else can I do? And I like to prep every day. I think I've mentioned that I take my tips and I use that to buy my preps with. I understand that not everybody has that option, but that's what I do at the end of the week. I take the tips that I've earned and I put it back into, instead of putting it in the bank, because what's the use? I put it into food, because in the end, that's where you're going to make out. I put it into food and then other preps to make my life easier. So there's that. And I want to thank everybody for coming to my channel. I want to thank all the new subs. You guys have a great day. This is Shelly's Everyday Prepping Adventures. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notifications bell so you don't miss my next video. Thank you and have a wonderful day.